that feeling, where time just seems to be speeding up the older you get? Like, a year used to feel huge, but now it just flies by.
Oh, absolutely. It's a really common thing people notice, and we've actually looked into some sources that try to explain why that happens.
Right, so today we're going to dig into that, try and figure out the mechanics behind this perceived time warp.
Exactly. See what's going on with our perception of time, and maybe, if we can learn anything from it.
Okay, so where do we start? I saw something about proportion.
Yeah, that's a big one. Think about it like this. For a little kid, say 5 years old, 1 year is massive. It's what, 20% of their entire life lived so far?
Wow, yeah, 20%, that's huge.
Huge. But then you take someone who's 50, and that same year,
Mhm.
it's suddenly only 2% of their life.
Okay, so mathematically it just feels smaller because it is a smaller fraction of the total time you've experienced.
Precisely. It's the same length of time, objectively, but relative to your total experience, it shrinks.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Like, looking back on a journey, the first mile feels longer than the last one. But there's more to it than just the math, isn't there? Something about memory.
Definitely. Routine plays a massive part. Think about, your average week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If they're pretty much the same, your brain gets really efficient. It doesn't necessarily lay down a super distinct memory for each routine day. It kind of lumps them together.
So if you can't really remember last Tuesday specifically, because it felt like the Tuesday before, that whole block of time just compresses when you look back.
Exactly. It's like having fewer memory anchors for that period.
Yeah.
Fewer distinct snapshots mean the whole album feels shorter when you flip through it later.
Okay, so routine equals time compression in hindsight. But what about the opposite? What makes time feel like it slows down?
Well, that's where novelty comes in. New experiences.
Like travel or learning a new skill.
Yeah, exactly. Things that break the routine. When you encounter something new, your brain has to work harder. It's processing more information, forming new connections.
It's paying more attention.
Right. And because it's paying more attention and laying down more detailed, vivid memories, that period feels denser. More happens, perceptually.
So those moments where you learn something new or you're really present somewhere unfamiliar, those stick out. They become stronger anchors.
That's the idea. Think about a vacation week versus a normal work week. The vacation often feels like it lasted longer in retrospect, doesn't it?
Totally. Because every day was different, packed with new sights and sounds.
Precisely. More unique memories were created, making that stretch of time feel more substantial.
So this is actually kind of empowering then. We can't, stop the clock.
No, afraid not.
But we can influence how we experience the passage of time by consciously breaking routine and seeking out novelty.
That seems to be the takeaway, yeah. It's about introducing things that force your brain to engage more actively to create those richer memories. Cultivating presence helps too.
Right, being in the moment, not just letting it blur past. Okay, so let's quickly recap. Time feels faster, partly because each year is a smaller percentage of our life.
The proportional view, yeah.
And partly because routine makes our days blur together, compressing our memory of time.
Fewer distinct anchors.
But we can counteract this, subjectively at least, by embracing new experiences and being more present. That creates more memories, making time feel richer, maybe even longer.
You got it. It's about the density of memorable experience, not just the duration.
Interesting stuff. So here's something for you, the listener, to chew on. Where in your own life, maybe even today or this week, could you introduce a little bit of novelty?
Or just a moment of real focused presence.
Yeah. What small shift could make time feel just a little bit